gonna be terrible.
Hello and welcome to Best of the Bottom, where bottom class people drinking bottom shelf booze. I am the Reverend JP, and this is
Diane.
And as I've said before, we're bottom class people drinking bottom shelf booze. And with one thing we like to do around here is we do some random booze reviews. We find some cheap booze, we drink it, it's fun. We have a good time. We talk about nerdy shit. We do all kinds of other stuff. And it's good times. You also have you can also watch us on YouTube a little later on if you don't catch us live. And please do us a favor, give us a like, share, subscribe. And we're at the Bottom Class Entertainment. We have some social medias there. Down at the bottom, Twitter and Instagram is at social media. And then, of course, we are live here at twitch.tv/bottom class every Monday at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And, oh, shit. Click those off. And already asking ridiculous fights. Who'd asking ridiculous questions? Maverick is saying who'd win a fight, Ted Cruz or Big Bird? And the answer is clearly Big Bird because he's way bigger. You can just, step on him, kick him in the nuts, whatever. He's a bird. Birds are descendants of dinosaurs. He's probably got raptor talons. I mean, come on, Jesus Christ. Okay, there we go. I did something with my headphones. I was getting a bunch of weird clickety clacks. That is giving him way too much credit. Vaginas are nice things. Anyways, that's besides the point. One of the things we like to do around here before we get the ball officially rolling is we have a little thing that we call the bag of doom. And in this bag, we have a handful of random shots that we picked up from Walmart and the liquor store in a bag. It's pretty much a bunch of 99 bananas and 99 brand shots because I explained it in last week's episode. Go check it out. Check it out. Again, you draw first from across the interwebs.
Diddly 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 pew.
And I should draw. Oh shit!
Watermelon.
I grabbed the twofer.
Up.
I got the double doom. My doom has been double fine. All right, I put the doom back in its rightful place. And this is Taka Pineapple. All right. I was not planning double doom.
You just grabbed the biggest thing in the bag of doom. I understand.
I just felt to grab the plastic and I just reached and yanked, and then as I was pulling it out, I realized the cap felt heavier.
As we all know, the bag of doom is run on destiny. So
it is run on destiny, even across the internet.
Mm-hmm.
It'll probably help for tonight as I share my existential crisis with the world.
Oh, good God. I hope so.
Oh, cheers. That's what that clicking was. Cheers to existence.
Okay, cool.
Well, it wasn't terrible.
Warm watermelon is gross.
Watermelon is just fine.
Stop. It's not. It's
I got
hurting me. Can't you see it's hurting me?
I got watermelon bubbly right here.
Oh, it's like
It's
stuck in my
refreshing.
throat.
You'll get over it.
It's turning into phlegm in my throat, Justin. It's killing me.
Why don't you have water or something with you?
Even worse, I have a glass of grapefruit juice.
I also have LaCroix. But one of the other things we do on this show, which is a whole bag of fun, is we have something we call the Florida Man, which lots of people have their various versions of Florida Man stuff. Some just read headlines, some read the stories, and they talk all about it. I don't believe in that. I don't want to tell you what really happened. I want to tell you what I think happened. I read a headline and I make up the story because half the time it's a hell of a lot funner. I mean, it depends. Florida Mans do some ridiculous things, but all the Florida Man things are all based in somewhat of reality. Because I lived in Florida and I know how it goes. But on this week's adventure of the Florida Man accused of bringing along 8-year-old boy during a multi-day crime spree. Now you see, Florida Man Jr. He was at school, and of course, all the kids were talking about it's coming up. Take your kid to work day. Take your kid to work day. And little Florida Man goes, "Daddy, what do you do for work?" I don't know why he's British, because he's a Florida man.
That's what all Florida babies sound like, pure and innocent little British babies.
They're just
And
born.
then it turns into
They, the meth fumes soak in from the lab, and then
yeah.
they go from Daddy to, "Hey, Daddy, what you got cooking in the crock pot?" I don't know what that is. Don't ask me. I don't know. That accent's
Yeah,
weird.
that was not good.
that just went somewhere. But whatever. But as you see, he asked, "Daddy, what do you do for work?" He goes, "All right, boy." No, that's not right. that's wrong Southern state.
No, well, I think you could throw a boy in there.
Yeah. All right, boy.
I don't think it's above a Florida man.
I'll show you what I do for a living. And simply
Or beneath.
quickly went down to the local gas station, you see. And started off with just simple shoplifting. A little bit of candy here, a pack of smokes there, maybe a 40 ounce or two. Just some simple shoplifting. Slowly increased. Showed him how to sling that crack on the corner. Later on, took him to the local car wash. Told him how to line his resume. Got him up to a managerial position. Quickly embezzled lots of money. Well, lots of money to a Florida man. So at least $5,000. They moved on, and it just slowly kept building. Little by little, they went from extortion, to the next thing you know, they were on the verge of the greatest scheme of all. Just day after day, slowly building to the next big crime, the next heist. They robbed a casino. I mean, it wasn't a Vegas casino, so they definitely took grandma's bingo money, but they just kept slowly building to it. And then he discovered the ultimate crime. You see, he started looking at great inspirations like Avon, Mary Kay, Young Living, Amway, and he realized that's what we're gonna do. And they slowly developing this this multi-level marketing company. They discovered some new form of grandeur of the best aromatherapy that money could buy. They brewed it specifically in the shed next to the meth lab because you don't want to cross contaminate. But they found all the chemicals. They absorbed all the oils. And as they were slowly developing the finances and growing their clientele, and they were taking the money of all these hardworking housewives that are mostly Mormons. That is when the feds caught on to their scheme. He realized one agent realized all the damage that was being done in this 5 square mile area, but it was that filing for the MLM that pushed the dominoes over, and that's when they realized they need to stop him now before he goes on to become the next Amway. You know, it's a tale of a child just wanting to be walking his daddy's footsteps, wants to be just like daddy, but unfortunately, daddy sold Avon in his past, and he realized the best way to get rich is taking other people's money. I feel like that was contrived. Damn it.
This Florida man was contrived.
As I was developing, I had a bigger finish in the end, and it just didn't work out. But ultimately, the MLM is what did him in. That legal, illegal stuff. Diana, how do you feel about this week's Florida man?
I don't know. It felt really heavy at the end. Like, I can tell you're about to talk about your existential crisis because
you can feel it.
Yeah, that was heavy. The ending was just. You were just like right away, like I can't even. Wow.
I did my best.
No, I didn't mean it in a shitty way. I just mean like, wow, you just kind of. Your energy was like, all right, and this is where we're at.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that I made you watch the egg theory video, it kind of threw my brain for a loop. I was supposed to build into my crisis, and instead, I started my crisis before we even started talking about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Diane, do you want to do some booze in the news and get to what we're drinking?
Yes, sir.
All right. First off, tonight, we will be drinking WTF wine. Wines Till Friday. Why they came up with that name? Probably because they wanted to call it WTF and they couldn't think of anything better. And wine starts with a W and Friday starts with an F. And they were hung up on till. So like a Wines Friday. What's with the Wines to Friday? Wines Take Friday. Wines the Friday. Wines Till Friday. We'll take the U and the N off. And there we go. Oh, Vegas Vargas is in the hizzy. Why, hello. Hello, Vegas. So Wines Till Friday. Clearly, this label is not bougie, but I bought it at Sprouts. Now.
No, it's tainted. That shit boozy. Bougie.
This is also the Sprouts brand wine. So.
Tainted.
But you see, I was at Sprouts the other day because I was getting sushi because it's $5 sushi day. And I was like, WTF wines? And that inspired me. Jesus Christ, why can't a man go to Sprouts? A man tries to get healthy and suddenly it's just a crime. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's too high class of you. Don't you know us bottom class people can't afford such things like good health?
It was $9. The wine was $9.
Okay.
Pretty much in the usual price point for most of these wines. Now, if this would have been $20, I would have said fuck it. But
And he
was
would have
not-
drank it secretly alone in his room.
yes, and I would not have made an announcement to it. So I decided we'd try. And look, you know how we can tell it's cheap? Screw top.
All right, you're making your case. I believe it.
Now, so that Sprouts, and it's vintage 2019, by the way. I got 2 bottles because I couldn't make up my mind. So I just went with a simple red blend and the white blend. And as you know, you were over here at my house earlier, and I was all giving you your share of this wine. I opened it and I took a sniff, and it smells awfully yeasty.
God, Justin, yeasty is not gross.
All right, yes, this is it's bottled. It's made by Precept Wine. They're out of Seattle.
Good Lord.
They have a handful of brands, but this is exclusively for Sprouts. And did you take a sniff?
Yeah. Yeah.
Take a sniff of its yeastiness.
No.
Smell it.
I've already smelt it. I'm gonna taste it soon. It's gonna replace the watermelon phlegm.
It smells like a bread maker that somebody spilled grape juice in and then wasn't cleaned for more like 2 weeks.
I think it smells like a bread maker that hasn't been cleaned in 10 days that somebody spilled already a yeasty wine.
Yeasty.
It's not even grape, it's just wine yeast.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this. I thought the red blend would be decent, but I'm not. But it is gluten free, naturally. It's vegan friendly, and full bodied red wine. Aromas of blackberry with hints of brown sugar and baking spice for a smooth and food friendly wine.
I don't know what you said because everything's bleeped out on my chat on my phone.
Why?
I don't know, Justin. Is that a nuts problem or is that a whatever's happening problem?
I think it's a.
Because all I see is it smells like a star.
It sounds like a vagina. That's a Twitch thing. Twitch automatically censors stuff.
Vagina?
Yeah.
I'll be fucking damned, Twitch. I'll be fucking damned.
But Diane, are you ready for this?
Yeasty vagina.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I don't know where the fuck you getting some blackberries from, but there ain't no motherfucking blackberries in this motherfucker. What the fuck?
Hold on, let me try. They ain't no motherfucking blackberries.
Jesus Christ.
In this motherfucker.
I don't even know what it tastes like. There's no full body. There's no body that's full in here. There's no voluptuousness in this. There is. It's all the labeling. It is WTF because it's like, what the fuck? No. There are dirty vaginas that taste better than this.
Well,
It just it's. I've been lied to.
Oh my god.
This is a PG show.
Is it?
It is now because I don't want to talk about it. I just don't. I don't understand. I don't know what they were going for. Like,
It's not that bad though.
it's not. No, it's not the worst. It's not as bad as that Liberty Creek stuff that you made me puke.
Okay, sir. I didn't make you puke nothing.
Yeah,
You decided you wanted to puke, and I just helped you along.
this almost tastes like they took some Welch's grape juice and somehow sucked out about 75% of the flavor out of it.
It's not that bad.
It's I don't understand. There's an
For
absence of
For
flavor.
something so yeasty, I really would have thought worse. I think that's what I already walked
That
in
is
here
true.
like
That is true. It
yeast
smelled
vagina, and
it
it's
smelled
not a
worse.
yeasty vagina.
It
I
smelled
can
worse.
say that.
I think my problem is there's a distinct lack of flavor. That's the thing.
That's a good thing. Sometimes.
I don't know. Soju is the bar, and this is
Yeah, soju is amazing though. You shouldn't have that as the bar. It's so amazing. Leave that alone. That's something you just enjoy. Why you bringing soju into this?
I don't know. I just because the bottles are staring at me, and I'm just thinking, can't I should have just bought some more soju.
Probably. Probably. I would have been delighted. I would have been like, "Where's soju show now?"
Yeah, that's all we drink is soju. We find every brand of soju.
I would have enjoyed myself. This would be so much funner.
Oh yeah,
But this isn't bad. You know what? I'm not mad at this.
no, it's not. It's not. We've drank worse. We've drank worse. I think I was expecting more from the red. Maybe the white's going to be better. I don't know. Because we have a white blend too for tonight's show. Like I said, I couldn't make up my mind, red or white. I got both. I didn't want to get a Chardonnay. I hate Merlots and a Cabernet Sauvignon. Not good either. Did you already chug the whole thing?
No, I just realized I haven't eaten today, and maybe I should chill out on just chugging the wines.
How is it that? Okay, last week we had fun wine, which is definitely awful.
Yep.
This is better than fun wine by at least 2%.
1,000%.
But I could drink that fun wine a lot easier. I'm having a slight struggle with this compared to the fun wine.
Well, you must like eggs, rotten eggs. Just
egg farts.
Gross. Just gross. Like, I feel almost like disappointed in you. Like, what do you mean that was easy for you to drink? God, that's so upsetting. It tasted like ass.
It did not taste like ass. It just didn't taste good.
Dude, where do farts come from? Acid. And that's what it tasted like.
I don't know. It wasn't terrible. But I don't know. At least that had some flavor to it. This one has a distinct lack of flavor.
I'm not mad.
That's just where I stand with this. I just feel like this has a distinct lack of flavor.
But it's good though, as long as it has that alcohol content. But this is how you throw up wine. Because I think this is chuggable.
Oh, it's definitely chuggable. Like if I want to, I could just down this whole wine. The only thing I would be concerned about is just like volume, like space in the stomach to actually chug the whole thing. That'd be my only concern. But it's definitely a chuggable wine.
Up. Especially red wine, you're gonna throw up if you chug red wine.
Oh, and by the way, this This is 13.5% alcohol per volume, and the white wine blend is 13% per volume. They also have a Prosecco version, which they call something different. It's like they made like a little cute little spin on Prosecco. They're trying to be all hipster about it, and I mean it's Sprouts.
Well, you went to Sprouts, you son of a bitch.
Dude, I go to Sprouts all the time. I'm trying to be healthy. I'm going back to the gym, Diane.
Going on, huh?
I'm going back to the gym, Diane. I'm trying to be responsible in my eating.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, and Sprouts
That
has.
sounded sarcastic, but I'm proud of you.
But Sprouts has some good stuff there.
Yeah, they got some really good ham when they have it.
Oh yeah.
That's the only reason I go to Sprouts. I also go to Sprouts sometimes for ham.
And I go to Albertsons too. I'm not too good for Albertsons, but for Sprouts has a lot more stuff. That has.
Sometimes you want to treat yourself with some fancy ham.
It's true. Like sometimes I'll go there and I'll get. They have this really good. It's smoked. It's some kind of smoked barbecue turkey breast thing. But you get that. You get that turkey. You get some goat cheese, and then you get some nice spring mix, and then some avocado. But you do regular goat cheese, not the garlic herb goat cheese, just regular goat cheese. You do that smoked turkey on there, and then you do some spring mix salad stuff, and then you do some fresh avocado. Bam! Oh, fucking delicious. Delicious. It's good as shit. I make it very similar to that goat cheese sandwich that I make. And Diane, you know what's good.
Yeah, the goat cheese sandwich. Like I'm fighting the urge to get the shit to make it every time. And I'm just like, I'd eat all of it in a day, and then like all that money's gone. I need to buy shit that I don't want to eat. So my food lasts long. No, it's when you're a poor person, you got to figure, all right, if I bought everything I want to eat, I'd run out of food really, really quickly. So you take stuff that's so.
That's true.
I stretch your money. That's why everybody's eating ramen out here.
Exactly. But honestly, I haven't bought ramen in a while because Walmart's been carrying the shit ramen. They got
because they're having a ramen shortage. They're having a shortage of everything.
I know the ramen shortage. Don't tell me the ramen shortage. I'm well aware of the ramen shortage. Do you know ramen is a staple in this household? You know this.
I know this.
Jesse made a post. Oh, Neko's in here.
I looked at my phone and shouted like, "Camera's over here." I'm sorry, I don't know where to talk.
But my son Jesse made a whole post about nobody likes that motherfucking panda ramen. Which, to be honest, I've had the panda ramen. It's adequate.
We should do a cooking show. Me, you, and Deborah, who can zest up the best panda ramen.
Zhuzh it up.
Yeah, we'll be looking for 3 judges. Everybody will make their own gross panda ramen.
How much does bougie JP pay for ramen? That's reverend to you, my friend. But okay. So the most I'm willing to pay for ramen is if I go to the little Asian store over here. It's a dollar store, but nothing's $1. And
you mean the 99-cent store?
Yeah, the 99-cent store that nothing's 99 cents. But they have a whole section. That's just Asian cuisine. It's not necessarily specific. They got some Filipino treats. They got Japanese Kit Kats in there. Oh, the matcha Kit Kats, bomb as fuck. But they do have Samyang Samyang ramen. They're the ones that make some of the hottest ramen, but their hot cheese ramen is bomb as fuck. And that would come out to maybe like I think $1.50 to $2 a pack, which is way pricey considering Panda Ramen is 25 cents a pack, which is similar to Manchurian, whatever. But either way, that's some bomb ass ramen.
Yeah, you're used to like zhuzhing up ramen though. Like you,
Oh, I use up ramen all the time.
I think you versus Deborah would be amazing.
Oh, dude, like
She's like the other cook. She's got the zhuzh for flavor.
oh yeah, and definitely $10 of ramen will feed you for a month easily, which has been stressful with the ramen shortage. Because, like I said, I do ramen and zhuzh it up all the time. Even if the simplest zhuzhing up of ramen is what I'll do, is I will get my ramen, I'll cook it, and then I'll do some scrambled egg, and then I'll put just enough water to where the water boils out, and I'll add all the packets and everything, and then I'll do a butter, and I'll put the eggs in, and then I'll fry the ramen up, and then just the butter nicely coats it, and it's just perfect. Oh, look at that! Now that's some love right there. You want send us a box of ramen. That is the most delightful thing you could ever do is send me some ramen. But yeah, because like I said, I've bought the Panda ramen and it's not as good. And my son Jesse he was upset about it. He was just like, "Oh, Walmart, goddamn it, Panda ramen sucks."
Yeah, I just boyfriend and I.
It does the simplest way to fix ramen.
No, you know what? The simplest way to make ramen is to like put it in a bowl of water, put it in the microwave,
Oh yeah, that's
drain
that's
it.
how that's how Kurt does it. Now, when I was a wee lad, what me and my friends used to do is get the ramen packet, put it in a bowl, crush it up, and then sprinkle the powder in there and eat it.
Yeah, that was the thing in school. The
Mhm.
teachers were like, "Hey, you're no longer allowed to bring just packs of ramen and eat it in the middle of class."
It was that big of a thing.
Yeah, in elementary school, they were like, "You can't do that."
That's hilarious.
Ain't nobody
Raw.
want to eat you hear you eating crunchy ass noodles in the middle of class.
I mean, that's a good cheap snack. It's 25 cents. And I would like to say it's nutritious, but it's not. It's it, it's so much sodium and carbs. It's terrible for you. But you know what? Life is short. Live it up.
Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes.
Yeah, you've never had just straight up ramen brick with some powder on it? And
It's
no.
people were eating it like chips. Like that was the thing. They would just like cut off the top, put it in there, and go, and then you would just like have them in your desk, and you would just eat them. And then I remember, at least our teacher, it might have
Well,
been a
yeah,
teacher thing, but they were like, "Yeah, none of this, no more.
yeah,
It's
just
bad."
just like chips. You see them like chips. No, Nico likes cutting mushrooms and chives in a bowl, boiling powder with the noodles, then cook mushrooms and chives by dropping boiling noodles in the bowl. That's actually pretty
She
good too.
makes me, you always make me so hungry.
I know.
Mushroom and chives
I know. We got
and
talking
ramen
food.
sounds delicious.
All
I haven't eaten today, and that sounds delicious. I'm
Why don't you
angry at
ever
how
eat?
delicious that sounds.
I'm,
Because I just woke up at 5.
I'm not gonna
My
tell you what I
schedule is so fucked up. I can't eat until later in the day, and by the time I'm doing this,
eat. Yeah,
I
Vegas
can't eat.
got it. Sprinkle the powder on it, eat it like a giant cracker. That's bam.
Exactly.
And you can actually, because you can break them into thinner layers. Bam, it's beautiful. But then, do you want to get to the booze in the news?
Yes.
So on this week's booze in the news, one of these days I should make a graphic for it, but I'm not doing it today. So this news comes from National Liquor News. It's an Australian website. How am I getting Australian websites? Because I'm using an Australian VPN right now. Now, according,
VPN. Just kidding. Like,
yeah, we're not sponsored by a VPN, so I'm not doing a sponsorship right now, but I use Surfshark. Why? Because a lot of my favorite YouTubers get sponsored by Surfshark. So, bam. Raid Shadow Legends.
right? I was just like, that's the best way to start a commercial is by saying it's not a commercial and continuing to do the
Yes.
commercial.
But no, I got no commercials. We don't have a sponsorship yet. So, but according to National Liquor News in Australia, wastewater shows responsible drinking continued during pandemic.
What? Say that again?
Wastewater shows responsible drinking continued during pandemic. So, according to the latest wastewater drug monitoring program, which I guess is a thing in Australia, I never knew this was a thing. They periodically test wastewater and find averages percentage of various drugs that are in the water, which I guess would be good because you want to try to make sure you're filtering out like opiates and stuff. Because there was a whole article I read about fish being high on drugs because there's a lot of opiate getting put into water systems and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so they apparently have a drug monitoring program, and according to the oh shit, what's going on? Something happened. All right. So Andrew Willsmore, the CEO of Alcohol Beverages Australia, that is the name of an alcohol company there. Jesus Christ, get some creativity. Anyways, but there's been a lot of groups in Australia, talking about drinking's been getting out of control during the pandemic, blah blah blah. Like we covered this in a previous booze in the news that the sale of liquor and booze and everything, drinking has gone up, or at least sales have gone up of packaged liquor, which according to Australia, the sales of packaged liquor has gone up, but the amount of alcohol being tested in wastewater has remained the same. And alcohol consumption in Australia has been down. Is consumption is in a 50-year low. They've been drinking less in the last 50 years. Been drinking less now than the last 50 years or something like that. But so Australians are still drinking responsibly during a pandemic, according to their piss. Good on you.
Good on you.
So I was looking for booze in the news, and I just saw that this is about wastewater stuff. And then at first I thought it was for here, and I was like, oh, do they test our wastewater? Which I don't think America does that, which is probably true because nobody gives a shit. Americans are like, dump whatever in the water. Who cares? They're fish. They'll eat it. But Australians apparently care about what fish eat. So they they test the water before it gets put back into the ether. And yeah, they're drinking responsibly, which is still like the biggest thing is the fact that like I didn't know they do. Like, does America do other countries test wastewater to see what kind of drugs people are doing and see the amount that's coming out in their urine and fecal matter and stuff?
Probably.
Hmm. Well, I guess they would have to know to some degree because there was a study here in America talking about fish being exposed to opiates, but I think they were testing the fish, not the water.
Which means that the water is affected just as much if you're testing the fish.
True, if not more,
That's a runaround.
because you're testing the fish and it's already been eaten and processed through their systems. Come on, corporate America, do better. You're fucking get the fish high.
I don't know. They might be enjoying themselves. I'm not one to judge lifestyles. What if these fish?
Like being high and drunk.
Yeah, well, most of the time we're trying to eat them anyway. Let's not pretend that fucking a little bit of opioids is a problem. Like,
True, true. That is very true. Dan, are you ready to get on with my existential crisis?
yes.
Yay! Why do we exist? Okay. Let me change your banners. So, my existential crisis came from a video by this dude, Kurtz.
Are we actually gonna watch the video?
I was thinking about playing the video, but I don't know if we'd get copyright struck because there's a lot of animation, there's a lot of work that went into it. So I don't know if he'd copyright strike us. But that is the name of the YouTube channel that did the video. And the video is based on a short story that was written by Andy Weir, and it was published on a website called Galactanet on August 15th, 2009. And so in this video, it's presented in a story form, which is kind of interesting, but this kind of spins off, and this is going to spin off into a whole bunch of directions for me. So Egg Theory was the short story, and it's presented as this guy's driving a car. He dies in a car accident. He was hit by a semi truck that was getting out of control. And as he dies, he awakens, and there's a voice talking to him, and it appears as a form. There's this obviously strong hint that he's talking to God, and there's nothing around him. It's just the two of them in emptiness. And they start talking about, so he's asking questions like, first tells him he's dead, and he goes, well, what happened? And he tells him, well, they tried to save you, but you'd have been mangled, so you're better off dead anyways. And then he talks about, and then he says, well, is my family going to be okay? And he goes, oh, that's a good thing. I like to see that you're asking about your family. You're dead, but you're concerned for others. So then it breaks off into some weird ass shit. And it's like, oh, your kids, they're not going to hate you. They weren't around you long enough to have contempt for you. Which, okay, that's a weird thing to say, but whatever. And then he says, and your wife, she'll cry, but somehow feel relieved because your marriage was falling apart. And then he's like, oh, wait, what? And he says, but if it makes you feel better, she's going to feel guilty because she feels bad that she feels relieved that you're dead. And okay, that's whatever. That's kind of a fucked up thing to say, but whatever. Moving on.
I would enjoy that to some degree if I was dead, just to be like, wow, because life goes on, but like I feel like that would be some real shit to hear if I was dead. Just like, oh, well, thanks for making it so I don't have to wonder.
I could be reading your fortune. Maybe. Stay tuned for the story as I continue.
I
but
actually do have tarot cards. So
but as the story unfolds, is he's talking to the all knowing being, and he starts asking questions about, am I in heaven? Am I going to hell? What's going on? And he says, not exactly. He says you're going to be reincarnated. Incarnated. And he says, oh, so the Hindus were right, or the Buddhists or the multiple. And he says, well, kind of, but all religions are right in their own way. that would that would be shitty if he thought he was happily married this whole time and his wife fucking hates his guts. So they're talking about the whole meaning of life. Basically, is the story goes on, and he says we're going to be reincarnated. You're going to be, you've already been reincarnated several times. And he goes, oh, really? And he says, yes. In your 48 years, you only remember right now, but in your full expanse, if you stayed here long enough, you'd start to remember all your past lives. But right now, you can only remember this life. And he's like, oh, that's interesting. And he says, so I could have ran into myself, or no, he says, when you're reincarnated this time, you're going to be a Chinese woman working in the fields in 500 AD. And he goes, oh, so you're going to send me back in time? And he goes, kind of. Time works differently. So basically, he's saying that time is not linear for them. It's an all expansive thing. They can, time is just an compass. They're looking down. It's like I'm trying to.
it's
like
happening.
time
is happening always, constantly.
Yes,
Every time, at any moment.
It's all there. It's like Netflix. You can go back and watch.
Netflix. Oh my god, time is like Netflix.
At least for this being, time is like Netflix. He can see everything at once whenever he wants. Can go back and forth wherever. He can see multiple things at once. It's all there in one nice neat package. It's all there. Time is Netflix. Past seasons, new seasons, it's all there. So he's like, so I ran into myself before. And he says, oh, yes, it's happened many times before. And as it slowly unravels, basically, he's saying that all of us are the same person. We are all one being. All of us are one. We're the same. So our physical forms here are separate, but our external soul is one single being. And it damn, I got distracted by the chat. And my brain bubble exploded. But it's basically saying that we're all one being, and essentially this what we know as God is actually our mom or dad or everything. So yes, technically we're all fucking ourselves all the time. So when you go say go fuck yourself, no matter what you do, you are. So this thing is whole saying that basically we are in an egg. We're just a fetus growing and learning, and we're all part of one larger being. And that totally fucked with my head.
Like, okay, for me, because
yes, we're all incestuous sausages.
Which I don't know, because I don't know.
Oh, drink this.
I think
this one's better.
Oh, drink this. That made me excited.
The white one's better. Oh, god damn, that sounded terrible.
Somebody clip it.
Don't clip it. Do not clip it.
We'll use it for later. I don't know what, but just somebody clip it.
The white wine has a better flavor. Damn it, Maverick! Bastard. Shouldn't have drawn attention to what I said. Oh, pause in the existential crisis to enjoy this lovely wine. Is it soju? No. Is it better
It
than the
is.
red? Yes.
I feel like it's like one or two flavors away from being like soju, though.
Oh, by the way, a little bit of housekeeping. Nickel Cupcake, you are officially have modding abilities on here too. So you are also a mod too. I totally forgot. You had mentioned it last time, and I made you a mod. So you can mod. You can do what you want. Well, not do what you want. You know, you got modding privileges. I just you offered it, and I said thank you. And I went and did it shortly after you had offered your your services. So thank you very much. Now
I was gonna say
this
thank you, but then I was gonna do a welcome bow, and I was like, that's not how that works. Thank you.
yes, but this white wine is fairly
This would be
decent.
more, but thank you.
But wine's till Friday. I don't know. I might drink it till Tuesday. That's about it. I don't know if I want to drink this every day until Friday.
Yeah, this is like I don't know what that means. I'm assuming it's like this is your drink of choice if you're an alcoholic till Friday. Then you're doing hard liquor because you don't have to work the weekends.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's fair enough. It's fair enough. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It is not terrible. But anyways, I need to have a Neko posted a thing, and I need to be able. Hang on. Take it away, Diane.
Yeah. I assume singing because you said take it away and then instantly.
Yes, I mean that is always the answer.
Okay. Well, also, you know what happened to me the other day driving to your house?
Huh.
I was at the corner and a um, fellow asking for money was on the corner and I was blasting
Oh, damn it.
what is it?
Nico clipped it. Nico clipped it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Damn it.
Thank you. You know what? Thank you.
Anyways.
I don't know what we'll need it for, but I feel like it's just in case. I'm glad we have it. I think we're all glad we have it.
In several years, when I get canceled, it'll be played on repeat. The white one's better. And I'm like, oh, I just said a thing. I was talking about the white wine.
And then we'll cut a clip from some other time of me just being like, oh, we'll cut this clip where I'm just like you're talking to me.
Oh, that is that I could see that happening. The future is dim.
So what about your existential crisis?
Okay, back to the existential crisis. So I watched this egg theory thing, and it started getting me thinking. It's like, I don't want to be just one sole solitary being that's being prepared to be a god. That's a lot of fucking responsibility. And then I started spinning off into this whole other thought of, about whole reincarnation. I thought, what if we're not preparing for God? What if we're just ultimate dimensions? What if we die and we just take over where we left off in a previous universe? And then that started thinking to me, what if it just never ends? Our souls are just constantly trapped in, because energy cannot be created nor can destroyed. It can only be transferred. And we are nothing but energy. And it just, the idea of immortality, not necessarily in the physical being, but just like.
But isn't that cooler though?
No, because shit really sucks.
Because you wouldn't be one though, but you could have multiple. You have multiple opportunities for it not to suck, and multiple opportunities for it to suck. You're not on a constant it has nothing to do with you personally in this moment. So if
The
you're being
idea,
transferred constantly, then it's like I never have to worry about, because I could either end up worse or I could either end up better or I could either end up the same. But assuming we're shooting to be better, if I'm already doing my best, my God, please don't bring me back down. You know what I mean? Like I'm assuming.
yes, but the idea of us being trained to be a god, being raised like we're in
I
a
find that
basically
so soothing.
really I to me it causes me so much anxiety.
I would find that so soothing because like I don't want to be me forever. That's my problem with immortality. I don't want to be this forever.
Oh fucking A.
So my thing is like if okay, if I'm reborn, then I have multiple opportunities. I can be as shitty as I want to be. I can be as great as I want to be for right now. I like to think I'm working on being the best me I can be. Maybe next time I don't have to, or maybe next time I'll be even better. All this
Yeah.
work will have transferred and I won't have to go through this again. But
Yeah.
like, I like the idea of not being the same thing forever.
That's
I mean,
a,
if I have to choose, that like the idea of heaven sounds just scary because it's just like no fluctuation. I don't, as much as I hate change, I don't like the idea of constantly being stuck with no change. Like,
that's true.
eh,
The idea of heaven and hell does like I don't know what sounds worse. Like if you die and go to hell, yeah, you're being tortured, but at least you're gonna feel something. But if you go to heaven and everything is just constant overjoy and bliss and like this is it, we're just hanging out and it's bright out here and fucking we just gotta worship this dude and yeah, I feel great, but I don't know, that sounds depressing. Just the amount of like the idea of just overwhelming joy nonstop, it sounds exhausting and painful.
yeah.
Like just think about the best time you ever had in your life and you just couldn't stop smiling, but then it never stops. It
Well,
never
I was probably
stops.
probably on marijuana. Just smoke some weed. You'll feel that feeling all the time where you're just smiling and smiling, and your face will not allow you to stop. But no, to
See,
me, the idea of not existing at all is fine because I won't exist to really care about it. But like the the um the consequences or the like importance it puts on the life I'm living now, I don't enjoy.
oh, definitely. But yeah, legal says she does not like immortality, just want to die and finally get to sleep forever. Which I do like that, but like I said, that still comes into the whole thing of energy cannot be destroyed nor created, so it's always transferring. So your energy will go into something else. Now, here's my thought.
Who said that, Stanley? What's the
It's
where
one of
is that?
Newton's laws.
Oh, is it now?
Yes.
I don't know science.
But
I don't know Mr. Newton.
yeah,
But I
energy
would
is
have
constantly
respected
being
it just as
transferred.
much as Stanley's.
Sure, Stanley did it. He
Thank
came up with the
you.
whole thing. But just that idea of my energy constantly transferred from one being to another sounds really exhausting. And there now maybe if like the egg theory kind of puts it on as humans are all the same. But like if I could come back as a house cat, because I'm a sham. I've been a cat the whole time.
But you've already been a house cat. That's why. You're not a house cat.
But like I was watching Archibald the other day and he was just taking a piss and he did it in the most regal, relaxing way. And I was like, I wish I could piss like that. And it was just
Be a female. It's about the same thing. Just squat and like.
no. I should have took a picture of it. If you saw the picture, because I
I
got
would have
one.
been like, why did you send me this regal cat pissing?
So the litter box I have is one of those ones with the lid and everything, and it's like, it's all kind of contained. And when he pees, he the top half of him is out of there, and he puts his front paws on the front, and he's just like, I just get this video, he just it's the most regal, statuesque piss I've ever seen taken. And there was just something about that moment where I just saw the
Pretty
serenity
sure
of
it
a
wasn't
house
shitting.
cat. No, he was taking a piss because he actually goes in there when he shits. And I only know this because it fucking reeks. But there was just this moment where I just was like going, that is the fucking life. Now, I'd either want to be a house plant. I mean, a house plant. I'd either be a house cat in a nice place, or a tree. I don't want to come back as a
No.
tree.
Maybe, but like, no.
Yes.
I mean, yes, that's what you want to do, and I support what you want. If you want to come back as a tree, honey, come back as a tree. But I'm just saying, I'm like, we use trees for too much shit for a tree to. I guess the point of life in my head has always been longevity to
Yeah, but
some degree.
that's life in itself. That's getting the most out of what's the cards that are dealt before you. Try, be healthy, enjoy the people you care about and your loved ones. Which, by the way, there's a lot of holes in the egg theory thing too. The the idea of us all being one, I don't know.
I
There's
feel
but
sorry.
like, one, you're literally fucking yourselves. Two, you're giving birth to yourself. Three, like, I don't want to be Hitler. I don't like all the evils of the world. You're the good, the evil, the everything. It's just, oh, fuck that.
Nico, 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 Nico. Like I agree, but I'm just
That's
like,
true. That's true.
I mean, you watch people who live a long time, and you're just like, why? Why'd you ever want to do that? Except for fear of death, clearly. But like,
I like, well, I enjoy working out though. When I go to the gym, I love lifting heavy things. The endorphin rush, it feels good to me. But that's beside the point. That's my health thing. I get, you know, there's some enjoyment in there for me. But I don't know. I've been having like, so I'm gonna get serious for a second.
we weren't just now.
No. So as you know, well, at least you know, a lot of the chat doesn't know. As a paramedic, you see a lot of super jacked up stuff. But one of the worst experiences I had was just recently. And I can't really get into a lot of details because it affected me personally and professionally, so I can't really talk about it on this platform. But basically, I responded to a call of somebody within my family circle and had to do CPR on them and run this whole code, and just the whole, ever since that day, I've been having these weird, like, anxiety induced existential moments that just like cause this weird breakdown in me, like for about 10-15 minutes of just sheer anxiety and a moment of just, I feel like I'm going insane. Like the idea of this egg theory and the idea of transferring energy and what really happens after you die and all that stuff. Like the fact that this situation was so close to me, I deal with death all the time. And it normally doesn't affect me. But when it is this close to you and you have to experience trying to save somebody and failing and the funeral afterwards, and then also seeing the rest of the family, it's just, there's this, I don't know how to explain the feeling to anybody. I don't know how to explain it. It's a unique feeling that I don't know how many people experience, like in that situation. And for the last month, about a month and a half, I think it's coming from a month and a half, just all that, just whole, all the visuals that have just burned in my brain and just all that stuff has just really screwed with me. It's been causing chaos inside my head for a while. And I feel okay, and then I don't, and then I do, and then I don't. And then every once in a while, I'll have this existential crisis where I legitimately start to question if I'm going absolutely insane. Like, I don't know, there was this whole thought process in my head about immortality and transferring of energy and the egg theory and all this stuff. And it legitimately just brought this whole insanity in my head where I almost thought I was developing schizophrenia. It was just so many thoughts happening at once. I don't even know how to explain where my brain was going, because I do also have a fear of my brain betraying myself because I deal with Alzheimer's and stuff like that, patients all the time. And the idea of your brain betraying you while you're still conscious, oh, just, I don't know. Oh, shit. We're taking a break.
Why are we taking a break?
Because it's running ads.
Oh, why?
Because it's running ads.
Is that what it does?
Yeah, remember when I was fucking a thing the other day? How?
Oh, that you said you could run ads, whatever. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's doing ads now. I thought
Do you know when it started?
no, it was supposed to give me a warning.
God, look at how far back my hairline is. Ugh.
Now I'm gonna have to probably clip this weird stuff out because it's broadcasting. And it's gonna show the recording of us talking about at ads and shit. Ah, Jesus.
Ads and shit. Ads and shit. Triple.
Okay, well apparently we're back. I saw the ads thing and it totally fucked my train of thought. I guess I don't know. I was doing some adjustments on Twitch and I think now it runs ads midstream, which is my bad. I'll try to figure out what I did when I was messing with stuff. So I lost my train of thought of where I was in my existential crisis. I'm gonna have to edit some of this random shit out on the YouTube channel. But basically what I was trying to get to is all that stuff that happened with being a professional and have to try to save somebody's life and just and there's weird thoughts too of knowing this person, knowing how stressed he was in life. Also, I had some relief for him too because I knew how stressed he was. But then I started having more stress because I wasn't able to save him, and because it's I don't know. It just spawned a lot of weird existential crisis, and that's why I'm doing this podcast. I'm talking to random strangers, just talking about random shit while reviewing some cheap wine and getting drunk and talking about stupid stuff. That's not stupid. It's just moments of panic and weirdness. And you know what is better form than being on a podcast trying to talk about the chaos that happens within your life, right, Diane?
I can't imagine. Like, going to a call and then somebody I love is there and then them not make it, like that would be insane.
Oh, it there were there was so many other things that happened around that too that just it's just weird. Like it just makes you question the bigger picture of things.
Like, I don't know. I think I have like my existential crisis stuff for once in a while. Um, where I'll just be laying in bed at night and then it's just panic all of a sudden. Like, I'm dying. Everybody's dying. Everybody I love is like, it's fucked up. And then I worry myself to sleep. But like, I don't know. I like the idea of multiple choices. I was raised like crazy Christian, not crazy Christian, but like, I don't know,
Pretty
my
intense
parents,
Christian.
yeah, intense. We'll call it
And
intense.
well, see, that's where the thing about the existential crisis brings me into my philosophical thoughts of how easy it is to develop so many religious theories that take so much precedence over people's lives. When no matter what anybody tells you, nobody has the answer. Every religion says they have the answer. Man, we don't know jack shit. That's just a fact. You know what I mean? I don't care what religion you say you are, you don't know shit. None of us do. And to act like you know something is just foolish. Saying you know what a god wants or whatever larger life force that's out there that controls things. And then even just the thought of if there is a god, well, obviously there's something that created that life form and there's something that created that life. There's just a never ending
Unless
source
that's not
of,
true, though.
huh?
How hard is it to just stop and go, like, okay, this one life form has existed throughout eternity? Who says that there has to be something that made that?
I don't know. It just
And what if there is something that made that? It's dead now. Who cares? Or it has nothing to do with you. Like, the you can the questions are like, as long as you know that like this route is fathomless and you're able, like, I don't know, to me, I think about it often. Like, I was kind of like a suicidal kid and all that junk, but I never really thought about it. And then when I decided, I wanted to live and all that stuff, that's when I got so heavy into death. Honestly, like, where it was just like, what the fuck does happen now that I'm living this shit? Like, tell me what's gonna happen when I actually die. Like before, it was just like, I'm so miserable. That sounds great. Yeah, I've heard about this heaven hell stuff, but I'm thankfully I wasn't raised Catholic, so you're sorry and you believed in Jesus. You die a Baptist. So I was still fine regardless. But I don't know. And then I decided, yeah, I want to be alive. Cool. And then that's when I was like, okay, what happens when I die though? That fucking sucks. Like, what? And then also, drugs. Drugs always helps. You think about what's gonna happen.
We do not encourage drug use on this
No,
podcast.
we do not. I did acid um, for the first time after this kid I knew in high school killed himself.
Dan, I'm gonna let you tell the story because I have to raise a piss sore so bad.
Okay. And it was so comforting while also being stressful. I just remember everything went black. And I was just like, what if this was the end? And then it was just like, what if this? And then it just like, I don't know, it was such a soothing, comforting moment. Like, I don't know. I didn't know the guy that well. I knew a lot of people who knew the guy very well. So there was always like a sense of loss or mourning within my group. Wasn't necessarily for me, but like right away it was like, it was just like, this is really sad because, you know, I don't know, just really sad. When somebody kills themselves, it's rough. I mean, I don't know. I've always been supportive of the decision as long as it was well thought out and whatever. I can't tell you to live here just because it'll break my fucking heart. That's ridiculous. But like, yeah, I did acid, and just the heaviness I felt, and then the lack of heaviness I felt, I will always remember. And I was just like, I don't have to be afraid of dying or people dying or death because no matter what, I don't know. I felt like death was what you make it, so I don't know.
I caught the end of at least the death is what you make it. And
Yes.
honestly, I used to have a lot of those feelings until
Well,
recent.
if we're
recently.
basing it off of religion, Jesus, I pray every night before I go to bed. Believe you me, I'm trying to go to heaven. But like my yeah, I don't know. I just wouldn't be shocked if that's not the case, I guess. I've picked a lane. I'm somewhat, going towards it, but I'm like, I don't think I have to be afraid of that ever. Unless it is hell, and for some reason I'm really fucked up, then it's like, damn, chose the wrong religion to believe in.
And that's where it all comes down to is, man, what is the right choice? Nobody knows. That's why I'm saying nobody actually knows, man.
But the idea of reincarnation is so peaceful and settling to me. The idea of getting a worse life, yeah, that sucks, but it's also like 50-50.
I don't know. Like
Or at least like,
the idea of reincarnation used to be peaceful to me, and then I don't know. I'll say
yeah,
about a
I
year
just
ago, it started
realized,
causing me like an anxious feeling. It's like, man, just let me. I don't know. Let me enjoy a peaceful slumber. I don't know. I don't know where my energy life's source. That's why, like, I would be okay with just being a tree. Just
I
being in the breeze, just flowing. Just chill. Just
until you crash into the neighbor's house.
well, you should have planted a better tree. I mean, I want to be an Afghan pine. Those things will fruit and fall over all the time. I'm talking. I would like to be like a redwood or a maple or something. You know.
What would you do if you you woke up and you were like, I'm a fucking tree, I'm a fucking tree, and then you're like Afghan pine or
Damn
whatever it
it!
is.
Oh,
See, that's life to me. I'm a pessimist. I'm a happy pessimist. I I I'm a happy person, but I think if things can go wrong, they will. But I'd rather be happy about it than and accept that that's how things work. Like I'm like, either way, no matter what happens, I'm fine with it except for hell. Because hell sounds awful. That's the one thing that scares me about death more than anything is like hell has been so ingrained into my mind that I'm like, I cannot get past the idea of that being.
Hell is burned into your psyche.
Yeah, like, well, if there's a second existence, which isn't probably necessary, but like the first existence isn't necessary either. So then it's like,
I think the big thing that
hell is the worst outcome out of everything.
I think the big thing that stresses me out is this idea that came up into my head with the multiverse. Is if when we die in this life, our body automatically, our consciousness transfers over to our previous existence, and it goes. And I think some of this comes from. I told you about the dream that I had, where I fell asleep and I dreamt multiple existences at once, and I was convinced I totally screwed up my life and somebody else's, because I came to the realization that I wasn't in the right realm at the time, and I panicked and I said a bunch of crazy shit to a bunch of other firefighters at a big convention, and they were like people that would could change my career for the negative or the positive, and I panicked and I said a bunch of shit, and they looked at me like I was crazy. So, and because the thing is they were actually people that I would know in this reality and the next. It was a bizarre situation, because I experienced like it was like multiple realities at once, and every time I'd realize I was in the wrong reality, I would transfer to the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one, and it was this long series of events that happened throughout the night until I woke up in the morning in a sheer panic, going, "What the fuck?" Because they were all super vivid, and each reality was far removed from the previous reality. It was, but ever since then, I just started having this feeling, this like weird idea of that once we die in this reality, each consciousness adds to the previous one, and it I don't know, it caused me lots of anxiety, because the whole thought of is if we die, we don't know we're dead, and then with the pandemic and Donald Trump and all the weird stuff, I was just saying, what if we all got transferred to another reality, and it just Y2K. I mean, how many world-ending events did we technically live through? That what if those events did end and we just all transferred to the next one? What if we have actually lived through the end of the world? What if we died when we had COVID that one time and we're in another reality? I don't know.
I mean, that's fun. It's all fun. I mean, we're existing, are we not? Who cares? Woo! I died of COVID. Like I'm enjoying myself. It was not painful for me, so like I would be happy with that outcome.
Maybe my
We're
soul's tired.
doing a podcast, dead. If I'm dead and doing a podcast, somebody kill me. I better be number one, motherfuckers. If I'm dead and doing a podcast, are you kidding me?
I don't know. It was just weird thoughts, you know.
But that's what's fun about the whole existing thing in general is nobody knows. And then it's like, does it sometimes like make you like panic at night? It does, but it's kind of cool.
I've had this exact same thought several times too. Because I think I've said it on a podcast once. I said, I said, God damn it, McFly, quit fucking changing shit. Because the idea of somebody keeps traveling through time and trying to stop the end of the world and just makes it worse.
That's actually good. That's fun too. Because okay, I started watching Doom Patrol. And I love it. It's so fucking weird because it's like there's a narrator, Mr. Nobody. And he comes in and like right now they're like, okay, we need to create a new religion because the end of the world is coming. And they're like, okay, well, we need to create a new religion. So they're taking this one girl to create a new religion. The guy whose name is like the Decreator, and they're like, okay, we have to start a new religion called the Recreator. So they go back in time to like do this thing to start a whole religion, and I'm just like, dude, I'm here for it and I believe it. I would be because that's the idea too. I don't want to be a go with the flow type of person, but I am. And I'm just like, if somebody's going through space and fucking up the timeline constantly, I'm here for it. As long as I don't know it's affecting me, I'm here for it. Because at the same time, too, like, I don't know. I could have had, like, I don't know, a beautiful life, riches, all this shit, and then somebody went back in time and killed all the killer bees or whatever. Like, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm happy. I think where I am right now is not necessarily where I'm meant to be or not where I'm meant to be because I always believe I can change. So
You know what
it
I
doesn't
also
matter. The whole thing doesn't matter to me.
you know also have fear of is if we're just actually in The Sims. We are just
Oh,
simulation.
I think about that too.
Ugh.
Like, I would be so mad at my like person. I'd be like, why do I have to do dumb things sometimes? Like, whoever created this, I'm
Why
doing
the
dumb
fuck did
things a
you make me
lot.
dress like a priest?
Why?
Why? That is true.
Ooh, I have to race like a piss horse now.
Being a villain is too easy. Go take race like a piss force. Being a villain is too easy. You know, being stuck in this world with no instead of having magic powers. That's why video games exist. I think that's why I like playing games like Skyrim and fantasy stuff. Like, oh, I need to get back to my Skyrim. I haven't played Skyrim in a while, but I like the idea of just fucking around with shit. Or like Force Unleashed is still one of my favorite games. The original, the first one, the second one was okay, but the first one, just I if I was a Jedi, I don't know if I'd be the dark side or the light side. Is there just like a dick side of the Force? Like you're not necessarily bad, but you're not necessarily good, but you just enjoy fucking with people, not necessarily for personal gain or anything else, just for the sake of it's kind of funny. I mean, if like I would be on the dickish side of the Force, like there's a lot of things I'll do for good, but then sometimes, like in the act of doing good, I'd be like, I'm gonna fuck with this guy. Watch. That's kind of where I come from. I'm just on the dickish side of the Force. Trained Sith, but sworn in as a. Maybe that's what like one of my favorite things to do on that game, and I think I've said it before in previous podcasts, is where you would just pick somebody up as far as you could get them to go, and then just drop them, and then catch them right before they hit the ground, and then do it again, or just like it's just all that little, or just pick them up and just like shake them around a little bit, just and set them down, and then shake them around a little bit and set them down, and that was just it's fun. I could just imagine like, and then like you grab people and like make them dance in the, just do some like ballroom dancing shit. Like I don't know, that shit just sounds fun to me.
Oh, cheeky.
Well, I can hear Diane in the background. I think you can hear her too. It was chaos. I should have muted her.
I should have muted me.
She kicked a cat.
I did not kick a cat. I said move, Tricky, and then she went meow, and then
And then you kicked her. I saw it. I can see a little picture.
okay, sure, cool, whatever.
But yes.
I said excuse me or whatever when I even scooted my chair in more, and she was on the back. Kick my cat.
I know. I've never kicked my cats intentionally. The only cat I've actually kicked is Archibald. Is I was getting ready to lay down and no, not last night, but a few nights ago, and he decided to run across me, and I was walking, and he just went wow, because he it was just look. He's regal, but he's stupid, much like most rulers. Regal but stupid. Such
My
is life.
cats all talk to me. Like they all say stuff. If I talk to them, it's like meow meow meow. And then I'm like, cool, whatever, dude. And then especially her. She's a very talkative cat. Especially when I pick her up because she doesn't like to be picked up. She'll just
Oh.
yell at me.
I felt that experience. I actually had several scratches across my face because one night, Princess Carolyn, I don't know if that cat had a nightmare. I don't know what the hell happened, but it was sleeping next to me, and then all of a sudden, it just leapt into the air, hissing and meowing, and just ran across my face and scratched the fuck out of me. And I just remember I was dead asleep, and I woke up and I panicked and I just swung and I slapped and I heard her hit the wall, and I was like, "Holy shit! I killed Princess."
God, she is so close.
So I leapt to my feet. I flicked on the lights. Nah, motherfucker just went and laid down in Mallory's bed. But yeah. Though, I mean, I got too many goddamn cats. Anybody want a free cat? I got 5 kittens. Send me a DM.
Craigslist, I'm telling you.
I know. I need to go back.
Craigslist. Get out of your sister's butt. Move.
I need to get pictures of those cats before they go. You want a cat?
Justin, you know I want a cat. I want 1,000 more cats.
No. Nico wants a cat.
Deb-
I will drive you a cat.
Deborah's cat's pregnant again. You can get a newer, fresher baby for me.
That is a hell of a deal. Kittens for ramens.
God, yeah. That's forget Craigslist. If Nico's offering a deal like that, that's
DM me on the Twitters. You got me. And we'll work out the logistics of it. I'd be down. But I got too many fucking cats right now. I'm supposed to have 3. I got like fucking 30. Not 30, but I got way too many. I think I got like 10 cats.
I have 10 cats, but they're not my 10 cats. Like, what happened was.
Definitely. We'll work that out, Nico. We'll work out.
My cat's mom died, fell in love with them. I had 4. My sister moved back in, then we ended up with 9. And then Coconut.
Yeah. Well, technically, Joe hangs out on the outside too. And apparently there's another cat that Joe hangs out with that's like a white and like it's got orange spots. Like orange like tabby cat striped spots. I don't know if it's a he or she, but it's been chilling out and they're always laying together, all cuddled up.
I saw it the other day. I thought it was Francis.
That's what I thought. I came home and I thought Francis got outside, and I was like, I called Matthew. I said, I think Francis got outside, and then I went into Matthew's room, and no, it's some other random cat.
Dude, I'm telling you, when you get a certain number of cats, you just get more cats because they show up. They're just like, what? Is this the pride? What's up? And it's like, because Ranvi, technically I have 11 cats because Ranvi still lives here. Her name is now Ranvi Randy Randolin.
The one cat that just snuck in through the door?
Yeah, Deborah's going to keep her when I move out because I'm like, I would love to take her, but I'm already 4 cats over my limit for where I'm moving. But yeah, I love her with all my heart. She's feral to the bone. She still hisses every time I come over, but she's like okay with it. She'll hiss at me, but she'll be like, okay, pet me and move on. Like, because she's just not a people cat. I don't know if she had an owner, and because she's been running around since she's been a kitten. I tend to believe somebody left her in the neighborhood.
I'm probably somebody dumped them off
because they were like, this is a good place for strays.
This is a good place for a bag of. Let's throw it off a bridge. I'll give them that.
It is a good place for outdoor cats.
Yeah, it's on
So
a cul-de-sac. There's not a lot of traffic. It's pretty quiet and tame. You know,
there's a park.
oh
It's
yeah,
just like I'm sure.
there's lots of people that are willing to feed the cats. I already know that. So,
Yep. So I'm pretty sure our neighborhood is just a place to dump cats.
oh, so true. I mean, there's a lot of stray cats in my neighborhood too, and mine's not so good. But I don't know. Maybe the cats will one day overthrow the cholos. No
The
more gangbanging.
cholos.
No more
Did you say
gangbang.
the cholos?
Yes, no more gangbanging in this hood.
I think they will. You know what? All those gang banging cholos, all they need is some cat love.
True, it'll change their lives. No more busting caps. Just laying out saucers of milk.
There is actually, yeah, there's a lot of cats where you live. Every
Oh
time I
yeah,
have to drive down the road, I'm just like, really?
that's like
I
a
feel
herd of
like there's enough traffic down here. You shouldn't be just crossing like y'all are.
yeah. There's
But
just like a herd of cats that just cross the street all willy nilly.
I'm like, okay, cool. But that makes me think you live at least where people care. Because, like, where best friend lives, they run over cats. She's watched multiple people run over cats, back up, and then run over cats again.
Oh,
Like,
oh no.
people trying to kill cats. Some people, because it's like a trailer park, so some people are putting out traps and relocating them.
Oh, that's yeah. They're
But yeah, there's
relocating
been
them to the local whatever food place.
a lot of people have been
Oh.
just running them over.
Well, before we go, I just want to make my little announcement, and then we'll because we're at an hour 38 minutes.
Hmm.
I am starting my process into my new life.
Need your vagina pierced, your penis pierced, your above your butthole.
Yes.
Maybe through the butthole. I don't know what piercings are available.
So, as of well, really a couple of weeks ago. Oh, there's fucking commercials again. Goddamn commercials. Ah. As I was saying, I'm moving on to my new life. I am learning to be a professional piercer, and the new goal is by next year is to have our own shop. I'll be piercing, Kurt will be tattooing, and that's the goal. We're both on our educational pathways to a new life. So hopefully soon we'll actually be doing like maybe some live streams, doing some tattoos and piercings next year. You know, people that are willing to be part of that. It'll be fun, some fun times. So that's the new pathway. That's the new goal. So I'm gonna be studying up on all this, learning techniques because I mean, as a medic, I stick people needles all the time. You know, why not get paid better money for it? So that's the goal. I just want to make my little announcement. I'm actually pretty excited about it. I've loved being a paramedic for now 13ish years, 16 years on an ambulance. I don't know. It's been too damn long.
I'm proud of you for making changes and
But
trying
that's
to move forward.
yeah, I'm gonna be studying up really hard on this. I'm gonna start, I'm gonna be practicing piercings and all that stuff. I got some gonna be ordering some dummy stuff to practice on, and then we'll be working on all the legalities of everything, and then we'll figure stuff out from there. And hopefully, like I said, by this time next year, I'll be in a tattoo shop doing videos, piercing, and working on all this other stuff, doing some live streams. I'm excited about it. I've been wanting to do something different for a while, and there's been lots of different things that have come along, but this is something that is right up my alley, I think. So I'm gonna have to put all my piercings back in, so that way I don't look a weirdo.
I feel like you have to wear your reverend outfit while you pierce everybody's.
That would be great. That'd be a great gimmick.
Because honestly, if a guy came in a priest outfit to pierce my anything, I would be like, oh damn, this is serious.
Obviously, this has been ordained by the Lord.
Mm.
And on that note, this has been Best of the Bottom or Bottom Class People drinking bottom shelf booze. And oh, you know what we totally forgot to do before we clear this out entirely? Now,
Said how much we love Nico Cupcake and everything she does.
she is one hell of a peach. Do an exorcism on every piercing. How dare you demons be in here?
If
But
somebody blessed my shit with holy water, then pierced me, I would feel probably totally at home. 'Cause that's
before,
what.
before every clitoral hood piercing.
Oh my god! If somebody did that right before I got my vagina pierced, I don't know if that's good or bad. That would scare me.
Just flick some holy water on it. Okay.
Tattoo holy water is alcohol, rubbing alcohol, right?
Yes.
Like,
But before we completely close out, we forgot to go through WTF wine. Wine's till Friday. Is it a 5 out of 5, a main eventer?
no.
Is it a 4 out of 5, an
Wait.
upper mid card? Mid card, a 3 out of 5. Lower mid card, 2 out of 5. Or a jobber, 1 out of 5. Okay, so we had the white wine and we had the red wine. Red wine first. I'm saying it's jobber all the way.
Hold on. There's still some left. You think a jobber?
I'm thinking a jobber. Maybe lower mid card.
Oh, now that just tastes like rubber.
Lower mid card.
Yeah.
2 out of 5. Lower mid card. Definitely lower mid card. And that's going to be WTF red wine blend. Lower mid card.
I'm so buzzed right now.
So am I. WTF wines till Friday. White wine blend. What do you think? I know it's not a main eventer. Soju is a beyond main
It is
event.
definitely not a main eventer. I don't even think it's like a. I don't think it's that high up, Justin.
I would say a mid carder at best.
I would say mid Carter.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Solid mid.
Oh yeah, just mid card. Yeah, mid card.
Just-
Not middle mid card makes no sense.
It's middle mid card. It's extra middle.
So middle. It's just what I'm saying is it's mediocre, but still decent.
It's yeah.
But
This one lower mid card. And that has been our best of the bottom review of at least 2 flavors of the wines till Friday. The white wine and red wine blend. That is how we feel about them. And join us next week on Monday at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, live right here on Twitch at twitch.tv/bottom class. You can also find our social medias at Instagram and Twitter at bottom class is our handles. Oh, I got the burps. It's not even like fucking fizzy. And if you're watching us on the YouTubes, like, share, subscribe. And if you're watching on Twitch, give us a follow. If you want to subscribe, we really appreciate that too. We also have a website, Perico Productions at pericoproductions.com. It has links to all the other stuff that we do. There's audio versions available at bestofthebottom.podbean.com. And we will definitely see you next week right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. Drinking some random booze, talking some random shit, having a gay old time. You know, it's lovely here on the bottom class. So definitely see you next time. And please click all those buttons and join the family. Bring it in. Tastes pretty good.